just 1 week, this fragile 120-year-old church must come off its foundation to take a one-day road trip through the country.
I said, well, Lisa, would you like to live in the church? And she said yes.
And it's moving 4 jarring miles from Haulin, Illinois, to an 88-acre homestead on the outskirts of town.
I'm really happy and excited.
Lisa and Tony Kittle got the church for free because it was too small for its vast congregation.
We were sitting in the aisles and in the back room. We had people sitting on the stage at one time.
A new, much bigger church was built next door, and the old church's future was uncertain.
We were going to tear down the building.
I was like, Lisa, they're really going to tear it down.
Tony came up to me one day and said, do you want the church? And I said, yes. I said, that'd be beautiful.
And for Lisa and Tony and their 2 children, moving this church is the only way they can afford their own home.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, that is one of the things I just can't wait. Tony and I, we were married up here.
Even though the church was free,
We've been saving for a lot of years for this.
moving it won't be cheap.
The move should cost $28,000.
They're betting their life savings on the move and the dream of turning this church into a house.
I'm going to do all the inside work myself. And whenever I run into those things that I don't think I can do myself, then that's going to start adding up.
We're hoping for 3 bedrooms and at least 2 bathrooms.
Lisa has big plans for the inside of the 1,100 square foot living space.
These will be removed. We're gonna make it look like a house. This is gonna be our bedroom, right through here. Gonna be our bedroom. This wall is gonna be removed. I'm kind of hoping we would have a small bathroom in here. This will be the kitchen. I can imagine Thanksgiving. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm gonna have my family over to Thanksgiving. I've never had Thanksgiving at my house.
I would very much look forward to some family gatherings.
But moving this church is gonna be a challenge.
I'm kind of scared. I'm nervous. If the house would fall, it would be destroyed.
First, they'll have to squeeze through a narrow, crooked bridge.
The building is going to look rather odd when the front's going through a turn and the back end is trying to level it out.
The guardrails stick up on the bridge a little bit. It is an issue.
Fingers will be crossed.
Then, they'll have to cross another bridge on a busy highway with a sharp 90-degree turnoff.
The highway bridge is a short bridge, and it's approximately the length of the house. So once we get onto the highway bridge, they're going to have to make a sharp turn.
The cut on that has to be precise.
I guess you could almost call it a hairpin corner coming off of that.
Next, they'll have to haul the house through muddy country roads and steep hills.
The country road is narrow, and you get a couple of tires off into the shoulder, you can actually bury those things up to the axle. There's a high percentage chance that the tow vehicle, the semi, may not be able to pull the house without slipping.
And, making matters worse, they'll have to deal with the threat of snow and rain for the entire move.
I'm going to be more nervous if we have a snow or sleet.
6 inches of ground cover would be a disaster.
But the biggest challenge for the huge 65-ton church will be crossing a rickety country bridge.
That's probably one of the things that I've worried about the most.
There'd be a really good chance, as much as this building weighs, that bridge could collapse.
If the house would fall, it would be destroyed along with the bridge. I have to see it move, and then I know it will be mine. I know it will be mine.
Before the old church can move out, crews must take down the 45-foot steeple and put it on top of the new church.
Right now, they're taking the belfry down from the church. They are taking part of the old and put it on with the new.
Inside, there's a 1,400-pound bell. For this job, they're gonna need some heavy equipment. And to keep the move on track, it all has to happen today.
I told the crane operator about 4 hours, and I think we're gonna get pretty close to it.
They've got 4 hours to move the steeple and bell to the new church. If they run into delays, it's gonna cost them.
Any small mistake, and we will pay for it no matter what.
And now it's time to fly. One wrong move, and the entire belfry could fall to the ground.
Oh, I could just cry. that beautiful? Oh, it just brings tears to my eyes.
The steeple lands safely,
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
but they're not done yet. They still have to remove the 1,400-pound bell.
I'm so tense and my stomach is not.
Okay, we're gonna go on up with it.
This is the part that we was kind of dreading, right through here.
Don't get under it.
The bell is safe, but now there are less than 2 hours to put the belfry back together on top of the new church.
I guess we can go ahead and pick it back up and set it in there.
If they're not done by 2 o'clock, it'll put the move behind schedule. Right on time, the crane finishes putting the old belfry onto the new church.
I saw the steeple come off, I've seen the bell come off, I'm ready for the next step. I'm ready.
But the riskiest move is yet to come.
Oh, here it comes, It's coming!
Rolling the old church off its foundation and away from the new church.
I've had butterflies all morning.
A runaway church would not be a good thing.
And in just less than 48 hours, that church house is going to be mine.
There are just 2 days left before this fragile 120-year-old church moves out and becomes Tony and Lisa Kittle's home.
This church has a lot of special memories to me. My father was a deacon here.
Tony and Lisa will have a single day to haul the church 4 bumpy miles from the town of Olney, Illinois, to their 88-acre farm.
It's time to go home.
Lisa and Tony got the old church for free because it was too small for its congregation.
We just had too many people to fit in there, and so we built a new building.
And if they don't move the old church soon, it's going to be torn down.
It is an emotional time, but the old church has been here a long time.
They didn't want to see their old building destroyed.
But before the church can be moved, it must be lifted 4 feet into the air, put on wheels, and rolled off its foundation today.
Getting the house off the foundation and getting it onto solid ground is actually a lot tougher than just going down the road with it.
One wrong move, and the fragile 120-year-old church could crack.
They're about to lift the building.
I'm gonna go up a little bit more.
Hear the boards creaking and everything.
Just 20 minutes into the lift,
Shut her off.
there's a problem.
Well, they raised the house, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches.
The new church next door is a little too close for comfort.
We've got to be sure and not hit this existing building. We've only got about 4 inches of room right here.
They'll have to pull the old church sideways on industrial-sized roller skates.
They've got rollers on them with bearings in them.
If they hit the new church next door, they could damage both buildings.
Those 2 buildings are so tight.
How much room we got? We gotta go a little more there, clear that overhang. That's it.
15 minutes later, the church is in the clear.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to move a building 6 or 7 inches, does it?
But now they'll have to build a ramp under the church so they can roll it off its foundation.
This is going to be the roadway to drive the building off the basement and out into the road.
And they risk running out of daylight. The ramp is finally built, but they're out of time.
We're done for the day and be back in the morning.
What's worse, the lift has taken its toll inside the church.
Oh my, this is totally different. This used to be the stairway. That's a hairline crack. It's different than that one there. I've had butterflies all morning.
There's less than 24 hours left until move day,
Got a lot of work to do.
and the church still needs to come off its foundation.
Right now, they're ready to move the house, the church house, onto the sidewalk.
They're gonna pull it out to the road.
It'll be the riskiest move yet.
A runaway house or a runaway church would not be a good thing.
And to make matters worse,
It's a little bit tight.
there's a tight squeeze ahead.
We've got a real tight radius between the existing building and the church sign, and so that's all going to have to be watched real closely.
He's winching. Oh, here it comes, here it comes. It's moving.
Tighten the brake down a little bit on it.
I hear the boards popping under there. It has come a long way. This is incredible. Mr. Church sign.
The church is off the foundation,
Brushed a tree branch in back, but not enough to damage anything, so we're all good right here.
the old church is ready to hit the road tomorrow.
It's looking real good.
I'm excited that it's gonna be ours.
Become move day.
Anticipation is just killing us.
A crooked bridge could send this church over the edge.
There's not much room to play with there. Yeah, I can handle a lot of stress, but this is a different type of stress. Anticipation is just killing us.
It's 8 a.m. in Haulin, Illinois.
It's nuts out here.
And this enormous 1,100 square foot church is about to pull out for a one-day road trip over 4 bumpy country miles to Lisa and Tony Kittle's 88-acre farm on the outskirts of town, where they will renovate it into their home.
This is as exciting as it gets. You want a kiss? Mwah.
The 120-year-old church was too small for its congregation, so Lisa and Tony got it for free.
We didn't pay anything for the church.
But moving it will cost them their life savings.
The move should cost $28,000. If things don't go well, it'll definitely start adding up.
And if the church doesn't move out today, it'll be torn down.
It's pretty exciting. I'm so glad to see that it's going to be used and not tore down. It's a little bit emotional.
They've got just 8 hours of daylight to finish the move.
This time of year, 4:30, it's dark.
Time to go. Time to go.
Let's go.
I think it's going to be exciting.
I never seen a church go moving with a truck before.
This is great. They are so fast.
But less than 1 mile into the move, there's a major slowdown.
We are getting ready to cross the bridge.
The bridge is crooked,
The bridge is like a curve.
and the church runs the risk of hitting the guardrails.
Bring it back hard. Real hard back. Straighten it up again. Up!
There's not much room to play with there.
Try to straighten it up now.
You got about a foot now.
The church squeezes through with just inches to spare.
That was awesome.
But the toughest challenge is yet to come. A highway bridge with a sharp 90-degree turn at the end of it.
Is this the cable?
Yeah, it's a cable.
But right now, a utility line is in the way.
They were going to try to raise it over the roof, but it's too tight.
It's nearly noon, and there are still 3 miles to go before dark.
An hour hold up in the middle of the day might really cost us at the end.
One hour later, the wire is finally out of the way. But now there are less than 4 hours of daylight left.
One plank at a time. This is cool. We're on the highway. Yay! Oh my.
Just don't hit the bridge. Watch your dollies, Close. Watch your dollies.
Getting off this bridge isn't going to be easy.
This turn here, I was kind of worried about it. This is very sharp.
The church clears the turn,
Feeling great now.
but
Heart attack city. And they don't have any room over here to move over either. That big old ditch.
the road ahead is too narrow for the wheels. The 65-ton church is bogging down on the shoulder.
Ain't gonna make it.
Why are they stopping?
The truck can't get no traction on the gravel.
Well, we don't have enough power to pull the house with the truck.
It's a major setback. And it's going to take extra pulling power with a backhoe and a second tow truck to get out.
So the three items together, we're hoping will go ahead and get us started on this incline. Ain't quite gonna do it.
But they're going nowhere.
Well, this can't get enough traction.
You're starting on an incline, you got gravel, so you're just spinning. If it was pavement, you would probably be okay.
It's bothering me. I can handle a lot of stress, but this is a different type of stress.
They call in a 3-ton winch truck.
They're winching the building.
We got it! Woo! Yay!
But there's more trouble ahead.
This is the country bridge that we're kind of dreading right now.
And this bridge may not be able to handle the 65-ton load.
Up! Watch it.
No, I'm not doing okay. Too much. It's just, oh. We're almost home.
It's pushing 2 p.m. in Haulin, Illinois. And Tony and Lisa Kittle are risking their life savings to move this 120-year-old church and turn it into their home.
I am starting to get really nervous.
They've already traveled 3.5 miles of a 4-mile move to their 88-acre farm on the other side of town.
That's pretty tight up there. Man, that's tight.
But now they have less than 3 hours of daylight to get it there.
This is real life suspense I don't like.
A rickety old bridge stands between the church and their property.
This is the country bridge that we're kind of dreading right now.
It's probably 100 years old, I wouldn't doubt it.
The huge two-story church weighs 65 tons, and that's the upper limit of what this bridge can hold.
We're worried about not being strong enough.
This is an old bridge, and it needs all the support it can get.
There's no other way around. They have no choice but to brace up the bridge.
We're just blocking the bridge up to hold the weight of the house.
If they didn't brace this up, it would most likely fall into the water, and we would lose a house.
The crew's done what they can to brace the bridge. All that's left to do is make it across before dark.
I hope it makes it through.
Watch it. It's gonna be close there, Doug.
That's too much drama. I can handle drama, but that's too much.
So far, the bridge is holding up,
No, I'm not doing okay. It's too much.
but Lisa is not.
That was rough. I couldn't watch. I had to turn away.
Finally, the church is in the clear.
Still a lot of weight for that little bridge, and if they didn't have the bracing on there, they wouldn't have survived.
Just as the afternoon light is fading,
It's here. It's on the property now. Yay! What do you think?
We're here.
I think they're real happy to see it all here in one piece.
It has been a church house the whole time, and now I have to refer to it as the house.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having Thanksgiving here.
I can almost taste the turkey.